Hello everyone, today we will discuss about expression for torque acting on a rotating body. So now, before moving towards the expression, let us revise what is meant by torque. So torque is nothing but it is an ability of force to produce rotational motion. The formula is given by tau is equals to F into R. Then magnitude of the torque is given by this formula, that is magnitude of one of the force, so that is F into perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation, that is R. Then SI unit is given by Newton into meter. Force is Newton and distance R will be the meter. Okay, now this we have studied last year. This was just a revision, so I am not going to means in very deep. So now everyone are very familiar with torque. So now as it is a vector quantity, so let us see what is the direction or how is the direction given. Okay, so now see in this diagram, as it is a vector product, tau is equals to R cross F. So all three quantities, that is torque, R and F, these all three will be mutually perpendicular to each other. So just see in this first diagram, this is the axis of rotation. This body is rotating in anticlockwise sense. This point is the application of force which is directed towards here, and this R is the perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation to the point of application. So this F and R both are perpendicular to each other, and this torque tau, it is directed in upward direction. Even this is perpendicular to the plane of F and R, means all three are mutually perpendicular to each other. The direction of torque is given by right hand thumb rule. If it is rotating anti-clockwise sense, the direction of torque will be upward. If it is rotating in clockwise sense, then direction of torque will be given in downward direction. Okay, so that is the meaning of tau is equals to R cross F, that is the vector product, means all three will be mutually perpendicular to each other. Okay, so same is the diagram over here. This is a merry-go-round. You might have seen this in circus or somewhere else. So this horse is riding in this anti-clockwise sense. Direction of force is over here. This R is the perpendicular distance between this point of application and axis, and where will be a torque? Directed upward. Okay, so now let us start with the derivation. So now let us start expression for torque acting on a rotating rigid body. So diagram shows over here, this is a rigid body which is rotating about this axis with constant angular acceleration alpha. Okay, now as earlier we have discussed, when a rigid body rotates, particles of that body performs circular motion. Okay, and their center for that circle will lie on this axis of rotation, and this distance R1, Rn and R2 will be their radius of circular path. So again same, here we have shown n numbers of particles. This is M1 which is at distance R1, M2 which is at distance R2, and Mn which is at distance Rn. Okay, these all are performing circular motion. Then these are the we can say radius of that circular path, and these are the masses. Now here this is the direction of your force F1, this is the direction of the force Fn for this Mn, and F2 will be the direction of the force for M2. Now as we are deriving expression for torque, so this what you can say, for this particle, this is the direction of point of application of force. So this F and this R are perpendicular. Then for this nth particle, this is the direction of application of force, line of action of force. We have done this in 11th standard. Okay, so Fn, then this Fn and Rn are again perpendicular. For second particle, this is the line of application of force, and that is nothing but direction of F2. Again this F2 and R2 are perpendicular. Okay, so now this is all about the diagram. and how does the body rotate. Now let us start with the derivation. Now you have seen means you know what is the relation between linear acceleration and angular acceleration, that is given by a is equals to r alpha. So now here there are n number of particles, so we will write for n numbers of particles. So that is a1 will be r1 alpha, a2 will be r2 alpha, and an will be rn alpha. Okay, now here body is rotating with constant angular acceleration, but r1, r2 and rn are different, as you have seen in diagram. Body is rotating with constant angular acceleration alpha, but these r1, r2 and rn, these are the distance of the particle from the axis of rotation, and this distance will be different for the different particles. So we have written here r1, r2 and rn. Only alpha is constant, same for all the equation. Now then next we have to use your from Newton's second law, force equation. F is equals to ma. Then again for first particle it is m1 a1. Now from this equation a1 is equals to r1 alpha, substitute your value over here. So that is m1 r1 alpha. Okay. Similarly you will find here for n numbers of particle, equation of force. Okay. Now as I told you, the forces are tangential to the distance, perpendicular distance r. So we can write torque will be given by a definition F1 R1. So for first particle tau1 will be F1 R1, that is nothing but instead of F1 substitute this value M1 R1 alpha, and this R1 becomes R1 square. So M1 R1 square alpha. Similarly tau2 will be M2 R2 square alpha, tau3 will be M3 R3 square alpha, and up to nth number tau n will be Mn Rn square alpha. Okay. Now this are the expression for torque acting on n numbers of particles. Now you want the total torque for that rigid body, or you can say resultant torque. So that is given by summation of all the quantities. So that is tau is equals to tau1 plus tau2 up to tau n. So that is nothing but substitute the value. What is the value of torque 1? M1 R1 alpha plus M2 R2 alpha plus Mn Rn alpha. Then take alpha common. Alpha is common in all the terms. So take alpha common. So in bracket it will be M1 R1 square plus M2 R2 square plus Mn Rn square, and bracket outside the bracket alpha. Now this whole term M1 R1 square is nothing but your I. See, I is what? M1 R1 square plus M2 R2 square plus up to Mn Rn square. This is nothing but moment of inertia of an object. So you can substitute it as I. So I is equals to alpha. So tau is equals to I alpha is your final equation. Tau is equals to I alpha. So this is an expression for torque for an rotating body. Tau is equals to I alpha. I is the moment of inertia. Now if we compare this equation with the force equation, that is F is equals to ma. So here this equation is for translational motion. Okay. So now F is the force. Here torque is nothing but same quantity like a force. A is a linear acceleration. Here alpha is angular acceleration. M is your mass of the body. Then here I will what does the I represent again? Moment of inertia, means this M and this A, they are analogous to each other. The moment of inertia has the same function as that of mass. What is the function of mass? It is nothing but it provides inertia, means opposition to the motion. Same does this I, that is it provides opposition in the rotational motion. So it is called moment of inertia. Okay. So this is the final equation, tau is equals to I alpha.